Hi. Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Hi, I'm Stephanie E. Farmer, former laboratory scientist turned founder and executive director of Triple F Empowerment Inc. We inspire, empower, and encourage young people to pursue education and careers in the STEAM fields. And I'm so excited to be with you today. We will, of course, do our weekly Science Club news. To tell you about what we've got going on this week at Ms. Steph's Science Club. Hi, I'm Ms. Steph, if you can catch that. And then I'm going to do an unboxing, like legit live unboxing of this particular kit. You all know how I feel about my different electrical circuit projects and kits. And since the months of December and January are electricity and engineering months, here at Science Club, I ordered some new materials, and you all are going to get to see my live reaction of the things that are in here, because I actually was trying to replace my smart circuits. I was trying to upgrade and update them, and I was not able to find that kit, and so therefore I grabbed this to find out what's going on. So that being said, hi, welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Like I said, I am your founder and executive director of Triple F Empowerment Inc. And I am a former laboratory scientist, former after-school director, turned nonprofit organization founder. Our organization, Triple F Empowerment Inc., has been running since 2012, and we now recently crossed the 1,000 student mark, meaning not that we're just now getting to serving 1,000 students. No. I mean that we have gotten to the point to where now we've served 1,000 students in 1 year through our in-person services, through our camp, classes, community, and consulting services that we provide here. We're Harlem based, Harlem as in New York City, Upper Manhattan, a portion of Upper Manhattan. Don't get it twisted, like there are specific communities that are thriving here, but we specifically are based in Harlem. We don't only serve Harlemites, but we're based here. And so that's our first focus, right? And we have a great time through our camp, classes, community, and consulting events that we do. And the activities that we've got coming up this week, of course, as you can imagine, traveling science teacher, my traveling science teacher roster is pretty essentially full. And we are operating all of those sites. And then on Saturdays, which is an open thing, y'all, it's one of the easiest things to register for or sign up for in the world of like stuff that you want to have your kid come to. Like legit, all you got to do is text me or send me a DM or email me. Like it's super, pick one of those things. Send me a message and say, hey, Miss Steph, I want my young person in elementary. They do need to be an elementary school child, ages 5 to 10. Okay. And I want my kid to participate, and I will text you, email you, or DM you back and say, cool, come on down. We are at Wadley Secondary School on 114th Street between Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard and Frederick Douglass Boulevard, also known as 7th and 8th, depending on how long you have been in the Harlem neighborhood. You know. All right. Programming runs from 12 to 2 p.m. Once again, it is a drop-in service. And what I mean by drop-in is that you are not obligated to come every single Saturday. And so that's why our registration is a rolling situation, such that we always have plenty of students and you're always welcome to come, but you're not mandated to attend. Your child is not mandated to attend all of the Saturdays that we are available. That 2-hour block is designed to be a hands-on play date type situation. So there's not typically like a direct, actually, I'm not going to even say that. I do not do like direct instruction where I stand in front of the class and I say, hey guys, we're going to learn this today. That is what traveling science teacher is about. Traveling science teacher is meant to directly replace / enhance hands-on science education or lack thereof at a school or Early Childhood Development Center. Saturday Science Club is really all about the fun. You should be able to know that and see that as per indicated on all of the posts about Saturday Science Club, the plethora of posts. I just wanted to make sure my phone didn't make a bunch of noise for us in the middle. The plethora of posts that I've got that are up to let you know about our Saturday Science Club. In all of those posts, I make sure that you get to see that we are having a great time. I set up several centers. This particular month, we are continuing with what I've been calling dry, and I'm going to explain this because some people take this a certain kind of way. Dry January. So meaning, usually I set things up to be quite messy. We usually have at least one very messy activity that we do every Saturday. And I set up a table, and that's the table that I'm stationed at because for folks who don't know, I have a biochemistry degree, and I do absolutely apply said love of biology and specifically chemistry to our activities that I present to the young people throughout the week through Traveling Science Teacher Program, as well as on Saturdays. Now, in January, we are instituting just kind of a bit of a break from all of the wet and the mess, and really focusing on how children can enjoy all of our activities that are dry. So the electrical circuits, which, as you know, electricity and water are not friends for safety reasons, right? Our flakes, there are several videos that I've talked about the flakes. The flakes, Pluffle, we will be bringing back Pluffle this coming weekend. We have been having a great time with the straws, and also, of course, we always do have our Hot Wheels available. Miss Steph, how are Hot Wheels a science project? First of all, over here in Miss Steph Science Club world, everything is a science project. A. B, anything that allows children to leverage their inherent knowledge of physics, which is dropping things and making things go whoosh, or zoom and so forth. Those things are definitely always considered fun, applied science projects that the children can do, or science activities rather. And so we've got our flakes, we've got the magnets, we have the magnetiles, the electrical circuits, as I said. All of those things will be out and available. Microscope, we've got some child-friendly microscopes that we've got that are easy to transport. Because, by the way, all of these things I take from one location over to set up for Saturday Science Club. The materials are not stored there on site. And so we do have to do that every Saturday, transport back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Same thing with Traveling Science Teacher. The majority of our locations, it's a I transport things back and forth every session. So when you are going in now to, when you're supporting us and you're giving, you're helping us do that well, right? Because transporting things from one location to another gets to be cumbersome. And of course, we want to make sure that that does not become so cumbersome that then I don't want to do it anymore, and that things don't get there, or that I oversimplify projects, right? All right. So Saturday Science Club. Okay. Support, shout out. Our website is www.tfempowerment.org. I definitely invite you to join our community. This is a great time of year to join the community, to make sure that you are on our email list, to make sure that you have notifications ready for my Instagram. Hi. That you can do here. You can simply follow me on Instagram. We also have a Facebook page that is for Triple F Empowerment Inc. It has our microscope logo on it. This is a great opportunity to start to prepare for those of you parents who are wanting to say, I'm curious, very curious about what it's like for my child to participate in summer science club, this is a great time to have them try out. If you're a brand new parent to our brand new family, to our community, this time between now and March is when you're going to want to bring them to Saturday Science Club, because in March, I'm going to open up registration for the entire community. We will do in-house registration during the month of February, and then in March, we're going to open it up to everybody. And as soon as those spots are filled, we're looking at doing about 18 spots this year. As soon as those spots are filled, we're done. And then we will have to go to a waiting list. That being said, Saturday Science Club is actually an abbreviated version of Summer Science Club. Saturday Science Club is a response to community requests. If you're not familiar, if this is like your first time watching us and you're just now joining, hi, I'm Miss Steph, the founder and executive director of Triple F Empowerment Inc. And the F is related to Farmer, my last name. Okay? And we inspire and empower and encourage young people to pursue education and careers in the STEAM fields. And we start as young as the age of 2 with that inspiration, empowerment, and encouragement. And so, so that being said, definitely hop in and get into our community now. This is the time to get engaged, so that when I send out the information to say, hey, let's go, every registration is open, you will already be on the list and you have to try to come find me. Or for, like I said, for those of you who may want to make sure that your child enjoys being around me and volunteers and the other students, the time to get them involved is now, so that they can experience Saturday Science Club. You can get feedback from them and make your decision and be ready for summer camp, because summer camp will require a non-refundable deposit to be able to consider your child registered. And so you're going to want to start now if you're looking at trying to just feel us out. I'm okay with that. The time to do that is now. Do not miss out. I'm telling y'all, do it now. All right. I also have several community events coming up. I was invited to be at a resource fair. I'll be doing that the afternoon of January 23rd. Then there is an event coming up. I'll tell you more about it, but I'm just going to sprinkle the information. There's an event coming up in February, at the end of that February break, that is free. And it's a wellness event and all that type of stuff. So anyway, I'll give you more and more information about that the closer as it gets. So we're here. We're doing our thing. There's always a way to plug into us. And for those of you who are saying, hey, I actually don't have children to send, but I absolutely want to support your organization, we are a 501c3 organization. And so based on whatever your tax bracket and so on that you are in, making a contribution to us, you absolutely do get record of that, and we send you that information, and you can explore the conversation about tax write-off and per se with your tax professional. This is not advice of any way. That's just me letting you know that we do provide that to all of our funders, especially if you donate online. That receipt is automatic. That the system sends you that. If you decide to send in, if you would prefer to send in checks, because sometimes people just have that preference, that's totally fine. The address is Triple F. Thank you so much for watching Live with Ms. Steph. Our address is the Triple F Empowerment Inc. And we are, our P.O. Box is located at 2214 Frederick Douglass Boulevard, and box 296. The full address is on the website and other places. And New York, 126. And so that's how you can engage if you would like to start to support a child getting ready to come to summer camp. Now you can do that, because for every child coming to camp, for every child participating in our open registration section, Every family will need to make up a gap of $1,400. Okay? Per kit, right? Camp cost us $3,500. We charge $2,100, right? $2,100. And so to be able to make that up, we fundraise so that families can afford it and so that our program is not cost prohibitive. And if families need more support than that, we do provide it. And so if you're wanting to be a part of that support, you can start doing that now. If you would like to maybe do like a monthly donation and say, hey, I want this to go to summer camp, you can do that now. We have donors that do that. And we have donors that say, hey, here, take our monthly contribution. The most frequent monthly contribution happens to be $100 at this time. And we have donors that give that, have that set up. And that's another thing you can do through our Give portal. We are a certified Give Butter participant. And so all of that goes right in, and you can set that up through that portal if you desire to. Now, let's hop in to this here situation. This video is not sponsored, but hello, National Geographic. Talk to me if you would like to support, or maybe send us some of these for more of our students. Because like I said, we are a nonprofit. Yes. Okay. 501c3 organization. There are different types of but anyways, that's another conversation. But hi, I'm Miss Steph, and I'm doing an unboxing because, as you know, I like to do some type of STEAM education activity every time I come on with y'all. So we're opening this. This is called the Epic Circuits. And again, this was me trying to find something to replace my Smart Circuits kits. Not because I don't like them, but because they are starting to get old. Like, do you see how this is nice and pretty and together still? The Smart Circuits kits, the instruction manuals are starting to fall apart. The boxes are falling apart because they have been very, very well used. Hundreds of children have used those kits. And so that being said, I was looking for something, and so let's see how this goes. As you can see, it says, again, this is a live unboxing. I barely opened the box before. So this is me. I'm about to put the batteries in and see if it does anything for us, okay? And see if I want to order more or not. All right. Like I said, it's a National Geographic thing, Epic Circuits Science Kit. It's saying that you can do 60 projects with it. So that's one of the similarities to the Smart Circuits, is that there are like a bunch of different projects that can be done with it. And it's, as I look here, it explains all of the pieces, and it talks about like how electricity works. And of course, as an educator, these are some of the conversations that I have with my students. I'm thinking this is, what project? Project 1 and 2. So let's just go ahead and put some of this together. So the power pack, it's like this. There's always some type of power pack in these kits to where it's like you need to, let's see if this is a good size. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Where you need to install, like this does not come, it says on the front of the box, it may need more than this, but it says on the front of the box that it does not come with 3 AAA batteries, and this is where we're going to put the AAA batteries inside of. As you can see, these are very small screws, so you're going to want to make sure, and then there's this thing here, you're going to want to make sure that you don't do this by small children or by any pets or anything that could be harmed. The screw it seems like the screw, so okay, that's something I like. I don't know if y'all can tell, it seems like the screw doesn't come all the way out very easily. Like I would have to do a lot of effort to make the screw come all the way out, which means it makes it harder to lose the screw. That's a safety thing that I like. That's a safety feature I like. Right? Very simple. And then also it indicates negative, positive. Electricity is directional, y'all. So that information is very important. And having that clearly labeled on the power pack means that it's, you know, they're already teaching children something very important. And then down in here, it says positive and minus. On this side, positive and negative. On this side, it looks like they're wanting me to insert 2 batteries. Interesting. Both of them are going to go that way. On this side, they're wanting me to go that way. Okay. I'll close this up and see. This I'm going to leave out to make it easier to just open that later. Okay, I'm turning to the right. Shout out to the parent, you know who you are, who gave me these. Donated rather. So there are different pieces of equipment that we need and that we use with our students. All right, so this first project number 1, says that I need to get this, right? It has letters on it, okay? And it also wants me to get, there are all kinds of things in this kit. It wants me to get these. So the difference between, say, the smart circuits, the wires are very small. I did a video with the smart circuits recently, so you can see that. The wires are very small. These wires are a bit bulkier. So in my opinion, this can be used with children that are slightly younger. Y'all know how I do. I do projects with young children anyway. But you see how this would be easier. Now they're going to have to push. This push is pretty intense, right? Making sure that I'm connecting it to the right place. See, so there's places here where it can be connected. It can be connected here. This project specifically is saying they want the negative, the positive to go to where this X or plus, really it's probably a plus. It looks a bit like an X, but that's all right. We all know that an X is basically a plus on its side. We're going to do R. Hey, and does it work? Absolutely. Okay. So the electricity is running. Okay. So this is a closed circuit. I always talk to my students. How do you know it's a closed circuit? Something is on. Right? This light, I don't know if you can tell, is on. So they have the choice. They can disconnect it here. Okay? Or there. Right? Regardless, we now have an open circuit. And the thing I like about this for students that are able to read, you can see that it does indicate, this kit has got all this information there, and it's easy to see. The smart circuits, one of the things about the smart circuits that I would, now that I have a comparison, right? Though y'all know, I love the smart circuits. Really, really do. But you can tell that this has gone through like some additional kind of thinking and trials and so on and so forth, because the boxes, the information is simplified. Not the concept per se, but the presentation of it is a little bit more clear. You see how you've got your green box, your blue boxes. How does it work? Here even shows where how the electricity is flowing. That I love as a STEM teacher. That's like super good to me. And then now, okay. And so this second thing, we're going to do this second project and then we're going to sign out. Let's us do some switches. So there's these pieces. There's a bunch of different pieces. You know, they're pretty simple. There's that where you can turn it. And then they're all forms of switches, right? All different types of switches that we would use in real life. And so that's the other thing. When you're doing these projects with children, you want them to be able to see, okay, how is the electricity flowing? They need to get the concept that, like, from the battery is our power. The batteries are our power. The energy that's in the battery is being transformed, right? Because batteries have containing chemical energy, and then they're being transformed into electrical energy, and they go through the wires in a specific way. Now, to add this, it already tells you need an additional 3 project 1 and 2. You need this is now the 3rd project. Oh, and it even, like I said, it's a live unboxing, so I'm getting to see all the stuff like new while I'm sitting here with y'all. Right? How does a switch work? These are things our young people need to know. Right? And remember, I said I ordered this to test it out to see if I want to get more, because, as you know, I work with a lot of students. Not 1 or 2 kids, guys. Oh, actually, no, I only need 1 additional. All right? And you see how you can see down here? I hope y'all are looking. All right. There we go. It is what it is, y'all. All right. So I am going to disconnect, because that's the only way to open the circuit now. Then I want to make sure that I'm following the picture here. There's a way that this is orientated on the picture. And this goes like this. Plug in. Plug in. I add my 3rd wire. I like it when the kids can see the wires. Snap circuits, love those. But the thing with snap circuits is that they can't really see, they cannot see the wires. The snap circuits are designed so that the wires are incorporated into the thing, and the contact is made on the snap, at the metal snap. But there's something about being able to see the wires that really helps the children really understand what's happening. Yes, I always tell my students this. I do this for a reason. I like it. It's fun for me. Another thing, like, so pressing this takes a bit of oomph, but not too much. So again, being able to use it with children that are a little on the younger side. The age for this, let's see if there's telling you an age for this. Usually it's somewhere a little easier to see on the box. That's one thing with this box that I find. It says 8 and up. Y'all already know. I tend to do things with children that are a bit younger, because I don't think it makes sense to wait until they are 8 to teach them about these things. But it does need, you do need to be supervised. And don't go back to the company saying, "Oh, Miss Stephanie said," and no, don't do that. So anyway, yes. Meaning open circuit. Okay, so then you can dismantle, and the things are, you see how this fits in my hand. It's pretty big, and so see. So they're definitely not necessarily like a swallow hazard, and also it's easier to see. But again, they've got little screws. So this is one of the reasons why they would have said, "Oh, this is for a certain age group," because you absolutely need to make sure that the children using these are not going to put them in their mouth. When I do stuff, just be advised, when I do stuff with younger children, they are super extra supervised and all that type of stuff, and we are super clear about the dangers of certain things. So what I would say, because of how these are, there are a lot of little screws. Yeah, I'd be super, super careful with this around anybody under 8, because even age 8, there's a lot of small screws holding the product together. And though it's lightweight, it still seems quite sturdy. I like that it's made out of plastic. I like that you're able to see the different pieces. This, of course, is now going to be one of the things that a fan will go on. And so now, you see I'm playing around because I'm very entertained. So now this is one of the things that you could still do some of the, right? This, to me, has some of the benefits of both 8s. Again, I can really tell that it's gone through some additional research iteration. National Geographic, I think, did a good job with this, because there's certain similarities having used snap circuits, done again my squishy or my Play-Doh circuits where I just build kits out of different pieces, and having used the smart circuits. Those are actual, Smart and Snap are actual brand names. So look those up if you're curious to know more about them. And both of those have been I've used both here on Instagram and on my YouTube channel, which, by the way, I will be going live on YouTube more frequently. I'm trying to do like a once a week thing. So once a week here on Instagram and once a week on YouTube. Just really making sure that you have the information you need to engage and be a part of the Miss Steph Science Club community. But yeah, having used all of those things, I can tell that these were developed by people who want children to learn, who want to make it accessible. Price-wise, this is not... Affordability, first of all, is relative. That's a big thing. But price-wise, I want to say I paid at least $35, and it may have been like on sale for my Prime and all that type of stuff. So, it's not on the lowest end of materials, but it's also not extremely expensive per se. And with the fact that you can do at least 60 projects, and the fact that, unlike smart circuits, this is a Smart and Snap both have one of the constraints is that it's harder to tinker with those. With those, you really do need to follow the instructions. This, once you get the hang of, okay, this is your power pack, this is one of my switches, and this is like a light, and this clearly, I'm sure, some type of motor. Once you get that, it looks like this will let you kind of play with it and interchange things, and you might not necessarily have to use, like the kids might not necessarily have to use the instruction manual, and it will be easier for them to tinker with it, which of course for me, that's great. As far as the way that I teach. And so that's one of the things that I think is really special about this particular kit. Again, if you're going to do like me and veer away from using it as directed, just be very careful with that. And when I say careful, just be very mindful and make sure that you are supervising all of your students, and that you're using it with children that don't tend to put things in their mouths, that all of the screws that you make sure that you are doing that. You as an adult absolutely must do the portion where batteries are being added. Just for safety reasons, guys. It just makes sense. You can make whatever decision you're going to make, but as far as you're coming on here to get my recommendations, one, I'm a yes on this. This circuit, this kit looks great. Looks fun. Looks easy to use. Look, we got like lights and stuff. Ooh. I'd like that they're getting an opportunity to see This is another kit that I would use for the law of conservation of energy. Right? For engineering, of course, putting things together. Let me give you some constraints. Let me give you certain pieces and say, hey, this is what you need to be able to do. Okay? That's great. I like it. I'm entertained. Let me put these pieces back. Oh, okay. Where I think they go. Let me show you the inside of the box. Okay. You can tell the design was, like, the design is not to be wasteful and not to use too much plastic. Some of the other kits that I have, this whole thing here is plastic, right? Which, environmentally speaking, is to a degree problematic. Where you see how, like, they've figured out a way to just go ahead and use paper for that, or like cardboard. Okay? And then this goes there. So yeah, I mean, I'm yes. Okay, y'all know how, come on and say yes or no. I could see lots of lessons being written during this. I can see this fitting in for a traveling science teacher. I can see this fitting in at our Saturday program. And for my parents who ask me for recommendations, because I do get parents who ask me for recommendations, this is a at this point, at first look, I would say this looks like a very useful educational item for your child. I like to be careful with calling things toys, but it is what it is. You will need batteries. It does not come with batteries, and it's not going to do the thing you need it to do without the batteries, and you absolutely need these smaller set of screwdrivers. All right, I'm going to say it's Phillips head. Yeah, so that was good. That was useful. I'm glad that I got that. Will I be adding more so that we have enough? Because y'all know we're well over serving. We have hit and will continue to maintain serving 1,000 or more children a year from now on. And so that means that this one kit is our tester kit, but we're going to need more. All right, so thank you so much for watching Live with Ms. Steph. I'm Ms. Steph. I have enjoyed my time with you today. Today is, and I didn't even say, today is January. It's Monday, January 13th, 2025. And this has been your weekly Science Club news and activity, STEAM education activity. STEAM being science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Thank you for watching and have an absolutely wonderful day.